Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda here. I like to defend over the fatherland, the only source of sanctioned community entertainment. Off here to a 1v1 in the new patch with the North Orangepest, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with Strategic Reserves, featuring the Assault Grenadiers, the Panzer IV Model J, breakthrough packages, mobile observation post, and the Tiger Ace with anti-tank and mine. Panzerfaust from the south, it is Kimbo, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, and Comrade Stalin. Here with airborne troops and the 6th Guards Tank Corps with airborne drop weapons, pair of drop heavy machine guns, airborne rally points, Guards airborne troops, and the tactical rocket run with mines and anti-tank grenades. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, these champions, these heroes, my personal company of heroes here certainly, who support me through thick and thin and keep me going here month after month. You too can go on the Rank My Patreon page, and the goal is just, provide a one-time donation. Links in the description. Also, comment, like, share, subscribe. Press the bell button. This is Imperial Dane, of course. Off to the action. Steady advance in the North Country there for sandbags, which have been changed to be slightly faster build initially. Going to use also slightly some changes to formation, so they are slightly more spread out initially, also more evenly distributed, so they have more firepower, and also not one guy immediately getting shot to bits. Machine gun similarly, as you might notice, is seeing a slight formation change as well, so there are now 2 guards in front of the machine gun, meaning the gun is not going to be shot to bits, which slightly helps versus blobs, for example, since again the 2 guns are going to absorb fire and again help the machine actually get enough time to shoot down the blob. But it all just means it's just shot to bits by different things in general. So those are some of the slight changes we've seen there. 3rd conscript there for Kimbo. South here's got first engagement machine about this attacked here. Turns to support. Pioneers nearby. Onto the flank and MU-42. I want to retreat that sooner. Bow disruptors played, but caught here by the MU-42, needs to retreat here. First engagement run by Deutschland. Up north here, the conscript push back the Grenadiers. Orangepest realizing this engagement not going to work out from it all and just hits retreat. Up north got the point they secured. Then he's catching their conscripts. 4th conscript squad there for Kimbo, probably going to go ahead on the SVT-40s and try and overwhelm Orangepest with glorious socialist firepower, machinery precision, pioneers keeping close watch nearby. 3rd Grenadier squad there for Orangepest. No assault Grenadiers, still think they're fairly good. Obviously, you do lose access to sprint now, at least early on. You actually have to tech up there before you can get the sprint going now. Bit of a shame, really. But they're still, I think, quite fairly good. Also changes. Field infirmaries make cheaper, and the Molotovs and anti-tank grenades will merge into one upgrade. Making cheaper, but also less time consuming to upgrade both. So it's a lot more efficient now here with the 2 upgrades for the Soviets. I mean, they can technically snowball harder if they're playing out what they're doing. On the other hand, of course, also means you're having some slight issues in the early game. You're not punished as hard either, so it swings both ways. When it's sneak forward in the south here for Orangepest. He's grabbing a lot of point there. Looks like might go straight for the fuel point here. By the western point here, though, the southwest, MU-42 to try and catch the counter. There go. 1 front to the squad there. Kind of caught, but gets out of the arrow fire here. Still ends up retreating. Tech down. Field infirmary down here for Kimbo and the Red Army. Can start dropping in the airdrop weapons once he gets enough munitions. Good disruptive play up north here by Orangepest. Thumbs up. Good play. Grenadiers routed, sent packing here by the brave men of the Red Army. Up north, he can't on units quite sneaking about there, getting caught by the English bunker and routed. Pioneers being upgraded with the Flamen in the Alpha. MG4 drilling up there.
The sector has been cut off.
French machine and then nicely set up there in a sneaky ambush position by Orangepest. Kimbo never saw it coming. Taking some nasty damage. Still, he's cutting off Orangepest effective form of resources. Good counterplay there by Kimbo. So, either side is not really getting a lot of resources here in the early game. Spectacular. Good disruption harassment play here by both Kimbo and Orangepest. Cubs dealing with MU-42. The Orangepest realizing it's in a bad spot and forces it to retreat. No upgrades yet. There we go. First airdrop weapon here for Kimbo. First crate inbound, probably by the southern munition point. And the conscript actually in good condition. Finishing up the southern fuel. North on the center pioneers for the conscript engineers. quick exchange of firepower between the two squads. Slight burnout here. And this one against the front of it. As Orangepest and First Panzer Junction to follow in. There you go, country equipped with SVT-40. Effectively a downgraded version of the AVT-36 automatic rifle, which, as it turned out, packed too much firepower and couldn't handle being fully automatic, so they downgraded into a semi-automatic, and thus the SVT-40. Fun fact. When he's playing behind the conscripts here. He's thinking about here, bit of skirmishing. Nothing further on than Kimbo's base as of yet. Then he's quickly routed here, but the conscripts up close. We've got Panther Grenadiers out here for Orangepest. They have not received formation changes, they still operate on the old formations. Since otherwise the old new formation likes make them a bit too powerful perhaps. Also there's been some slight changes to them. They, instead of the extra range of the bomb grenade of FC3, instead get faster reload on that and smoke grenades, plus slight upgrade to the smoke grenade icon. In fact, there's been a lot of smaller upgrades to like icon here and there. Only seeing a mine, 2 losses suffered. Machine gun punches moving about here for Orangepest. Kimbo trying to catch Kimbo's off guard here, but Kimbo sees through here Orangepest maneuvers and quickly and definitely gets his men out of the way, mostly. But the harassment and just counterplays continues aggressively between Kimbo and Orangepest, either side looking to outwit the other. Machine gun crew suffering a minor loss. But we got the transport, they're ready to ambush the conscripts to try to close in the machine gun, preventing that maneuver. Close one there, trick reinforcing and healing here for Kimbo. Manpower being floated there, definitely I think something Kimbo needs to put a stop to fast. It's like either, you know, tech up or call in something else, but he definitely should be floating 600, almost 700 manpower at this crucial juncture. Like to make a nice company for Orangepest, could be armoured cars, could be half-tracks, just a good old-fashioned Pack 40. Flare mines up north here from Kimbo, which has also been slightly nerfed. Finishes the conscripts up close. Needs to shoot those conscripts before they get wiped. Well, at least he's got the manpower to replace them, I guess. Could also be planning to use the Guards airborne troops, like some players, for example, you know, save up a lot of manpower as the Orbital Command Vest with different ground forces to call in Fallschirmjägers. But so far, we do get some Guards airborne troops. We do get the PPSH-41 upgrade. The PPSH-41 was an upgrade or an upgraded version of the PPD-40 submachine gun, which was, I think, fairly expensive to make. The troublesome in the PPSH-41 was basically just a more easier to manufacture version, amongst other things. Panzers moving forward here, probably with the SVT-40 wielding, but it could soon to be submachine gun wielding Guards airborne troops, and there we go, closing in as right as gets the upgrade ready. Could use tactical assault if set up in the right time. Of course, incorrect use is going to be quite painful for the Guards airborne troops. But grenade reactor, I think, pretty good throw here versus the infantry. They're certainly bunched up. It does look like he may not need him. There we go. Orangepest pulls back his men, tries to salvage much above here as Kimbo's Guards airborne troops pushing forward here against the fascists. Getting some good hits there. 3 kills, close to 1. Machine gun sitting up in the south. Quickly around, here's the Guards in the flank. Very good. Up north, heavy fighting as well. Between, or he's soon between Kimbo and Orangepest. The armored car moves forward here, backed up below the Grenadier squad here. Could try and merge some contact with the Guards airborne squad. That could be an idea here to consider for Kimbo if there was just some content about doing. There we go. Moving forwards and no merge. No merge. Yeah, Basil, no merge. Yes, I know, Basil, no merging. I'm just as disappointed as you are. Guards having troop catching the Grenadier squad here. Up north, deck point being seized. Yes, Basil, they have heard you. Spawn company there for Kimbo. Constant finding away there. Constant moving forward as well for Orangepest. Is he taking up? No, he's not taking up. We got a pack falling away there for Orangepest, the German army. Either side again struck a bit with fuel, but I think Kimbo might get a bit ahead in Orangepest now, though that said, if you can exploit it, it's an entire difference. So things there we go. Guards airborne squad though, too slow to retreat here, and that I think has a very high likelihood of being wiped there. If only it merged, right, Basil? What? Yeah, Basil says yeah. Telepathically, of course. Constant being shot to bits here out in the open. Constant forward back up in the near squad. A great hoorah here being shouted out to them. 4 strings to the MB42 here. Worth noting, they can now manually reload, so you know you can actually avoid stupid reload circles during fighting. You also get stuff like the armored car. Of course, don't use it while in combat. That's a bad idea. Still, Very nice little quality of life change there. Tense fighting continuing between Kimbo and Orangepest. All pioneers and way there for Orangepest as he lost the other squad. Wiped out by Kimbo's brave men. Nothing happening here, still floating a bit of resources, though of course a lot of the manpower's now, going towards replacements. Partly because he could have used the resources more efficient, in which case probably paying as much manpower for replacements. Got 40 ready here, armored cart being hauled back. Also new icon there. Probably have differentiated more from heavy engine damage perhaps. Which otherwise looked incredibly similar. In fact, I think they were exactly the same. We upgrade the pioneers with asset removal package or something else, who knows. Contact ground the southern point, field gun almost done. Kimbo though definitely should be moving up faster in terms of tech. Move something up there. Points being seized up north here. Lots of back and forth between Kimbo and Orangepest. An intense fight between two skilled players. One the colour of orange and one the colour of Kimbo. The forbidden colour. Field gun moving forwards here. Down the northern part of the country. More flare mines here from Kimbo. Armour coming forwards. Not a lot of weapon drops here though for Kimbo. Not a lot. They're worth noting. We also now have the package there. So again, he's now access to both Molotovs and anti-tank grenades. Very lovely. And I think they actually slightly changed the icon on the RPG-43 as well. Fancy that. Comes to the Pack 40 here. Pioneers blazing as well. At least they're trying to pretend like they're doing something. Pioneers are coming from there in the south here. Engineers with the armored car. The new squadron being wiped out here, close one, but Kimbo doesn't quite land the kill there. Using trouble as the armored car, bit 2-2, like the punch speed wagon. You can feel the soon field and ending up maneuvering to kill back. He's actually kind of exposed in the center here. Here, not possible mistake here by Kimbo. Unfortunately, being slightly outmaneuvered by engineers here. Up north, fighting continues between Kimbo and Orangepest. One squad upgrade with a light machine gun, but the rest not. The new squad get wiped out. It's going to be for Kimbo to lose them now. Of course, we'll slow down further. Close call there. Pioneers could be the one. And before they finish it off here, Kimbo definitely needs to be a bit more mindful of his unit preservation. Definitely a lot of, I think, aggressive calls here, which Orangepest then swats down. Light machine away from another Grenadier squad. Conscripts moving up here to support Pack 40 in the centre. Field gun backing off. Conscripts caught here by AV-42. Mark 1 is retreating as well. Conscripts the Grenadiers. There's the conscript. 154 is there for Kimbo. Very good. That's just complaining that Kimbo isn't taking fast enough. And it's definitely losing out on a lot of, potential for pushing out army here versus Orangepest, which Bassel definitely thinks is a bad idea. Ooh, conscript wiped out here for Kimbo. Not great, not great. At least he got some SV-40s, but Kimbo is definitely taking a brash beating here from Orangepest, who is furiously hammering away. Comes down the northern point here, close to Kimbo's base. No tech yet for Orangepest because he's just been under so much pressure from Kimbo. Again, he's not been able to get a lot of resource going, but again, fortunately for him, Kimbo's just not been exploiting that advantage versus Orangepest. So now Orangepest getting more direct advantage in the field because, he at least pushed a bit harder there, and Kimbo just sort of dithered a bit, unfortunately. Unless, of course, you're Orangepest, in which case it's quite right. Tank tank coming up, they could try and push for the mechanized armor company and then rush out some T-34s and 6s, since Orangepest will not be able to respond in, remotely quick with tanks. He is finally taking up, though. Two conscripts moving ahead here for Kimbo. And it is routed here. So there you go, tank will be tank command almost done here for Kimbo and the Red Army. And before the final catches two conscripts there in the arc of fire and quickly sends them packing. Pioneers upgraded here with both the Minesweepers and the Pioneer support package. Worth noting the Minesweepers is an active part of the icon directly, rather than being sort of displayed as a weapon, meaning if they pick up another weapon, you can actually see it. So no longer can hide a light machine gun or the BFT 9000. My God, Jurgens' big field gun 9000 is amazing. Yeah, especially when the allies don't see it coming because of our Minesweepers. Of course, for the BFT 9000, you have to buy the Wolfenstein Unlimited DLC. Available in the year 2025. Punch moving forwards here. Pioneers moving from the north. Mines spotted there.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
More weapons drop here for Kimbo, and mechanized armor company. And again, push for tanks faster. Again, how do you know? More swiftly and efficiently. He would obviously already be pushing out T-34s from 6. If he had like had one by now, probably wouldn't have been well on his way towards the second one because he'd have much better map control. He could have just had like a T-70, which probably still have resulted in faster T-34s as well, honestly. So, you know, a bit sloppy there and there. Gun units as well with a minesweeper. So Kimbo needs to fight back hard here, but of course he does have the T-34s and 6s soon inbound, and that will without a doubt give Orangepest a bit of a headache. The conscripts and units need from the south as well for Kimbo. Of course, needs to get this upon the cop, and we'll see the actually goes for the Panther 4 mod. Yeah, here versus Kimbo is going to go for regular Panther 4s. Guns being hammered here. North points being seized. Bit sad they screwed up the patch when they did, because I actually had a really amazing replay with like a hell of a Storm Tiger shot, just completely wiping out a paratrooper blah blah. Just, it was spectacular. Now it's just all gone. It makes me sad sometimes, but you know, details. Can't go for the T-34s from 6, and there we go on the way here for Kimbo. Machine rounding the unit squad in the south. And he's flying away. They backed up with the heavy machine gun team. They're putting some serious pressure on Kimbo up north there. A lot of defense of the pack. Before it's actually exposed, there's like Kimbo to rush in. They could actually give, I think, Orangepest a thorough spanking. Orangepest may want to start out this bomber course, at least now get out of Panther on time. T-34 from 6 halfway down there for Kimbo. Panzers are going to be leaning forwards. Brings some pressure there, and Kimbo's conscripts, his Throntovics, field going out there, troops reinforcing healing on the base here for Kimbo. T-34 almost done. Go. Light machine ready for the final Grenadier squad. Brings up 2-2. Total fire, back off. Comes being used for the northwards. Comes being slowly bled out. Need to retreat, I think, those fairly soon. But there you go. Tank has arrived for Kimbo. Points there. There's going to be a problem here for Orangepest, particularly since the pack 40 is far removed, so the T-4 is going to bring some heavy damage here to the turn. News too far from Panther Fast, that's certainly not much in favor of the T-34s from 6. We do get the Panther from mod Yanoya for Orangepest. You can of course go for another T-34 soon. Worth noting that some slight upgrades to the icon there. To the mod Yay, so there's also a little shield. Not entirely sure why that's necessary. But it's a cool detail because I don't know. I mean, it all has a slightly different profile from a regular Panther, I think, anyway, since I highlight this got armored skirts, but I guess this is more like just further emphasize it, so I guess that makes sense. But either way, you know, it's a neat little change there. It's neat. I'm not going to complain. I could, but I won't. I'm not really could really. Anyways, T-34's going to come to another Fort Kimbo. Going to start churning up this tanks with Orangepest, trying to overwhelm him with them. That said, Kimbo still thinks he needs to replace his losses. Yes, Baskin is fine, going for the T-34. T-34 up the Grenadiers, and the Panther Grenadiers there with the marine gun and machine gun. Comes back up here in the south. Field gun trying to grab the point, but it's not quite there. In fact, needs to be backed off here before it gets cleared out. He's running here on the cover from the T-34 from 6. Shot almost hit, but not quite. There you go. Panther 4 Moldy out there for Orangepest. Would benefit from the machine gun, obviously. They're close to being wiped out. That could get a bit painful here for Orangepest, but no, it doesn't happen. Pack 4 in the flank here falls in the T-34 back off. Panther Moldy in pursuit here. Shot bounces. Panther 4 does not bounce in the south here, getting conscript punish clashing out here. Other T-34 moving forwards. Almost lost the T-34 there. Other T-34 is going to ram. And then I think he's going to go for a rocket strike here and try and control for Panther 4. Blocking the path as well a bit with the T-34 from 6. Actually causing the rockets to miss. So maneuver here behind Orangepest. Or Kimbo off guard with that one. Now the advantage is certainly back possibly here. Oh! Shot bounce from the Panther 4. The T-34 from 6. Controversing 40. This just got a lot more miss here between Kimbo and Orangepest. Both got a pension hit in the other one. They're trying to get close. Field gun in as well there. Panther 4 backing off there. And Kimbo, I think, very wisely is not pursuing the T-54 from 6 and doesn't want to lose it. Comes almost wiped out here. Almost got the armored car there. Almost got it. Can he finish it off? Probably. He'd have to be very unlucky not to. And there you go. Armored car kaput. Need to fix up the T-54 from 6 swiftly. We've got engineers on it already. Very good. 337 to 274. And U-42 to push back. We've got the front six bravely charging ahead here for the Red Army. And valiantly advancing for the glory of Comrade Stalin. T-54 they're being fixed up. Importantly being seized by the mighty Grenadier, and we got the Panther that's still holding its way out of this mess. It's currently in. Pinlock machine being added. Sehr good. Kimbo, of course, would still benefit from more infantry. And more tanks. Well, basically, more most things, really. Except more enemies. Pinlock machine halfway done. Pioneers bring up there to fix it up.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panther and fire from the Grenadiers. Panther's going to hit for the Country Squad.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
T-34 is rushing to the front on here to help deal with the infantry to help back up the front fix. As Orangepest infantry slams the attacks forward, they're going to fire here. Panther's routed. Fire grenade off. Ooh, close one there, but no dice. Bit of relief there for Kimbo, I imagine. Panzer Squad almost wiped out. Second field gun ready here to help deal with the tanks. Obviously, they'll go for more, and at some point go for more infantry as well there. Back front of the T-for plus some pushing it back. There's still need repairs. Finding the intensity between Kimbo and Orangepest. Here we got machinery positioning a bit more again, close to its feet. Very close to its feet. Panther 4. More or less good to go again. Close to veterans 1, in fact, incredibly close. Fix up the T-34 from 60, field and repositioning a bit. And we got the conscripts moving ahead here for the glory of Comrade Stalin. Up north, Panther 4 strikes. Comes to their quarter basketball, and there you go, veterans 1 gaining the Panther 4. My god, they got Petrov! Not Petrov! Wait, I'm Petrov. Then who's the other guy? I don't know. I think it might be Boris. Machine gun flying away. Another Panther more getting away. The Orangepest. That's going to be a challenge here for Kimbo. Punch is flying here. The MD-42. Sending that packing. The South Econ is advancing. Kimbo can go for another T-34. And there you go. Starts holding war armor here versus Orangepest. Going back as much as that as you can. Meanwhile, very good. And 2 field guns should certainly help slow down here any attacks from Orangepest. Worth noting, field gun crews are slightly easier to clear out now as they have a 10% received accuracy bonus, so they take well 10% more hits. Which again makes these anti-tank and spam strategies a bit more punishable, which is an improvement. Then surprise from the T-34 from 6 flying away this main gun and machine guns, hosting through the Grenadiers, making aggressively short work of them. Same men retreating swiftly, close to the T-34. Top of the packs there from Orangepest, of course, threatening to completely knock out any of Kimbo's tanks if he's not careful. Second Panther 4 mod ready here. T-54 almost ready for Kimbo. Still could do with more infantry. Feeling providing here the packs, I believe. No, that was not that. That was some other explosion. Units up court here by the Panther 4, backed up by the Pioneer Squad. In the centre here, better scrams going ahead between the Grenadiers, the Panther Grenadiers, and some of Kimbo's conscripts. Panther 4 for the south there. Machine gun opening up and then sending up his rounds in the conscripts. Brutally tank through them, closing on their field rapidly as well in the process, causing increased damage done. Keep running the Panther 4. Another rocket run here. Will he this time be able to get the hit grenades going to the field guns? There you go, rockets flying in once more. Orangepest neatly dodges it. Oh, T-34 knocked out, and I believe we actually saw an icon there for it being immobilized. T-34 there, pushed back by the Panther 4, not good here for Kimbo. He's just not quite landing those ram rocket strikes. Dimitri, I do not think this is how ram jets are supposed to work. Silly, Boris, silly. Of course it is. And I will prove it and become the greatest rocket scientist in all of Soviet history. Looking a bit tough here for Kimbo now. Looking a lot tougher. The reason of having the T-34 from 6. Blazing away there. And with a range for Panther pack for field gun Panther 4, but misses. Oh, rubbish luck. Damage into the T-34 from 6. Up north here, being handled by the Panther 4 there. Half 8 of it, need 2. We got 28, that's on 67. The clock is ticking here for Kimbo. Time is running out. Double shots fired there, Panther 4 down to half health. Comes from the 5 from the Panther 4. We got the Gunlease, the pack 4's every position. We got a fresh push here from Kimbo in the centre. Machine in the 5, we got the T-Fit forming up with some Gunlease in tow. Comes with the Grenadiers. And we got the building here occupied to put further pressure on the Orangepest infantry. Field gun bombing in the centre. Slightly longer delay by an arbitrary shots, giving, well, machinist lights a slightly increased chance of not getting easily wiped out. Also worth noting, Orangepest has gone for a second Pioneer squad, also with the same upgrades as the first one to increase repair speed on his tanks. Ramps up, that's an Orangepest, very good. Kimbo can soon go for another tank, likely will, but really should consider more infantry as well at some point. North of Victory Point, oh, not Victory Point, fuel pumping, seas back here, tripping, forcing healing for Kimbo. Fixing up the T-34 some 6. There we go, another T-34 from 6 for Kimbo and the Red Army. Will this one be able to turn the tide? Will Kimbo be able to exercise them a bit more aggressively and efficiently here versus Orangepest? Watch and find out. Punch by with the ace level, got a bomb grenade and a retreat party pair not from his own grenades into it. Well, wait. Close to a wipe here, close to wipe. T-34 trying to assist here. 7 kills, Panther 4 shoots, misses. Other Panther 4's in fact very close to 2 now. On the south, we've got a conscript sneaking up. He's still got the machine gun there. Nautilus's support armor support's going to make that fairly difficult to deal with. We can see we are seeing more units being headed southwards. So you're going to try and that way, I guess, catch Orangepest off guard. If you can get rid of the machine and turn to his own purposes, that would obviously be a significant win here. Oh, wait, what? T-34's abandoned and no one's bothering with it. I didn't even notice it. That's a bit awkward. So there you go, nice attack missing up his front. There goes straight into the T-34 from 6. He's going to try and fix up the T-34. Good hit from the pack 40 hit on this wing as well there. North sights firmly in control of the German army and Orangepest. Grab this on the munitions, grab this on the fuel. Take up the T-34s from 6. Now I could actually put up to a total of 3 T-34s, which could be more challenging for Orangepest to deal with. That said, Orangepest could theoretically, if he suffers a few losses here and there, go for a 3rd Panther 4. Which could obviously be a significant header here. There you go, pack 40 up the T-34 from 6. Should be careful not to lose that one immediately. Panther 4 shot bounces. Bit of good luck there for Kimbo. Bit of good luck. He certainly needs a bit of that now. Sandbags here from his opponent. Also worth knowing, by the way, now medic bunkers can be out with command bunkers. Obviously not something you're going to do like in that site your own base, but like, you know, you could theoretically use that sort of like, you know, forward post like that. No, they can also not be upgraded as machine gun bunkers. That would be a bit much. Camp rushing forwards here. Kimbo launching some scale attacks in Kimbo's flanks. Orangepest will forward with that. Could work out well, then we can sort of go for a deep flank here as well there, perhaps. I think completely catch Kimbo. Got T-34s fixed up, need to crew it up here. And there you go, counter rolling up for it, putting it in that 3 T-34s from 6s. Certainly puts them numerically above now. Orangepest in terms of tanks. T-34 rushing ahead there, but doing so blindly without any infantry support. Allowing itself to surround here and focus down with infantry and tanks. Definitely a bit of a mistake here by Kimbo, the T-34 moving in. Meanwhile, in the south, there's a bit of a mess between Kimbo and Orangepest as well here. But it does look like the tanks going to go down. Bast and savagely attacks by hand now. Ruthlessly betraying my trust and belief in him as a good kitty. Yeah, my hand is not a toy, Basil. Barely. He seems to think this is toy. Anyways, depends with the T-34s from 6. Ow, stop, you little bastard! Stop! And we're going for the T-34s from 6. Fielding cleared out, other T-34 down here. And this could very well be it. Bomb grenade off here, can't take further losses. Ow! There we go, GG game over. GG game over. A loss for Kimbo, a victory for Orangepest. Partly I'd say that this came down to Kimbo again at that point, early on, sort of early mid, flooding all those resources, not pushing out with tech or doing anything with it. Plus, I think losing that Guards Airborne squad like he did, I think which was a very avoidable loss. I think also further, put Kimbo in a bad spot. It'll make it much harder for him to bounce back. Versus Orangepest will meanwhile just, use his advantage, which he very slowly gained back because, again, Kimbo actually disrupted him quite well. But still, when he pushed back, he certainly put himself in a position where it's much harder for Kimbo to then push him off. So, hope you enjoyed this match and learned something from it. There'll be more, of course, matches in the future. So, look forward to the next episode. And, if you liked it, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, and consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Or Basil may try and eat my hand again. This is Imperial Link saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.